Hello and welcome to MJ Studies. Today we will discuss about DB parameter group. What is DB parameter group? A DB parameter group acts as a container for engine configuration values that are applied to one or more DB instances. DB parameter group applies to DB instances in both Amazon RDS and Aurora. Database parameter specifies how the database is configured. For example, database parameter can specify the amount of resources such as memory to allocate to the database. You manage your database configuration by associating your DB instance and Aurora DB cluster with parameter groups. Aurora defines parameter group with default settings. You can also define your own parameter groups with customized setting. So yeah, we will see that how we can define parameter groups with our customized settings. So as you remember, we created our DB database for MySQL database in our previous video. I'll give the link of that video in I button. Please check in the I button. As you know, we created database. Now here, what database we select, what parameter group we selected, it's a default one. The default parameter we selected. It's loading, just a sec. So yeah, as you see that in that time we selected default MySQL DB parameter. So now we'll see how we can create parameter group. So to go that to check how we can create parameter group, first we need to check the parameter group option in the side toolbar. We will found parameter group option above options group. So just click on parameter group. Now here you can click on create parameter group. When we click on create parameter group, it will ask us about the name, about the parameter group family. So we'll give the family according to our version, what version we are using. Currently we are using MySQL 8.0 version, so we are using that version. It will ask us about type DB parameter group. Now we'll give the name MJ study. Now after that we can also define the description that for what purpose we are creating this parameter group. So we will type as a for test purpose. Now just create a parameter group. Once the parameter group created, you can just go to the parameter group. You will found around 500 plus variables, which you can change the value of that variables according to your use. You can get the description of each variable, that which variable is defined which value and which variable perform which activity. So you can check for those. You can even check for the size, cache. I'll search for cache. You can check for this cache size, host cache size. You can define these values according to your use, according to your use purpose. So after this, how we can change, how we can modify our parameter group. Once we created our parameter group, just go to databases in the left toolbar. You will found our created database. Now go to modify. When we click on modify, just scroll down a little bit down in the database options. You will found the DB parameter group. So just go here and change the parameter group to MJ studies. Now just click on continue. So it will ask us about two things, that are you want to do this modification immediately or at the scheduled maintenance time, which is the 3 of February. So we'll perform immediately. It will warn us that if you perform immediately, there might be chance of some downtime. So in the production work, we need to take care of this thing, but we are doing for study purpose, so we are going for immediately, update immediately. Now we'll click on modify. Once we click on modify, it tells us successfully modified instance time, instance type and instance MJ study, and now the status modification is running on. We'll wait up till this modification goes to available state. So now you can check that the status of this database comes to available state. Now we can check that by going to configuration in the database, that the parameter group is changed or not. So we'll go to configuration, and now we'll check for the parameter group. So here you can found that the DB instance parameter group is changed to MJ study, but it requires a reboot. So reboot is pending. So once we go to action, and here you can found stop temporarily reboot instance, delete instance, set up EC2 connection, and there are so many options. we can found here. So we can choose reboot to reboot the instance. We'll do it, and yeah, by this we can change the parameter group. In parameter group there are so many features, just like size. You can check for the sizes also. You can, if you want to change any size, you can change the size, or you can change set for buffer, inode, and there are so many features by which you can configure your database according to your use. Yeah, thank you for watching this video, and if you have any doubt, feel free to comment below. Please like, share and subscribe channel MJ Studies. Goodbye.